Thailand archaeologist, Luke rides his scooter while ignoring multiple calls from someone named Kasim. He's quickly surrounded by several cars, and Kasim demands the return of the tube containing the painting Luke stole from his employer. One of Kasim's men is armed, so Luke pretends he'll pull over. Instead, Luke stops his scooter momentarily, lets the cars pass, and veers off onto a new route. A high-speed pursuit follows, with Luke darting fast enough to make his pursuers crash into traffic. He veers into a market alley where the vehicles can't follow, leaving only one man on a motorcycle behind him. Luke enters a cramped apartment, and the biker crashes inside due to the tight space. He escapes down the stairs but gets cornered by Kasim's car. The impact throws him from the scooter, but curious locals crowd around the car, letting Luke crawl to safety. Kasim fires into the air to disperse the crowd and commands his men to continue the chase on foot. Despite an injured leg, Luke runs while bullets fly. He contacts his team to say he won't catch his flight, and they advise him to take a train instead. After speeding through another market, Luke hijacks a food cart from a vendor, and Kasim returns in a car. Luke detaches the cart's bike frame, sending it crashing into Kasim's vehicle. Flames burst onto the windshield, leading to a collision. The police arrive, surrounding Kasim as Luke escapes. At the station, Luke jumps from his scooter and sprints to board a train just in time. That night, he sleeps in his seat and dreams of finding and stealing a golden mask from an ancient temple. He awakens to see a woman named Esme seated across from him. She says her job is retrieving rare paintings and that the men around them work for her. Luke refuses to hand over the paintings, so Esme pulls a knife as a thug grabs him from behind. She kicks him when he won't let go, but he grabs her arm instead. Esme escapes by removing her jacket. Luke grabs a plate, smashes it on the thug's head, and headbutts him to break free. He tackles another thug, but Esme bests him in a quick fight and walks away again. Luke must take down another attacker before reaching Esme. She defends with a knife and accidentally severs the tube's strap. As they tug at it, Luke dodges the blade and yanks the tube, flinging Esme into a bathroom where he locks her in. Then he climbs the train and leaps onto a water tower. He misses the railing and crashes through a shack's roof, then calls his teammates to request a pickup. Meanwhile in London, Luke's sister Charlotte is negotiating divorce terms with Harold, her cheating ex-husband. Harold demands full custody of their son, which infuriates Charlotte later. She's surprised to find Luke at her museum. He claims to be visiting, but Charlotte suspects he's in trouble. Luke suggests she join his adventures like they did with their dad, but she declines, saying her role as a mother and curator comes first. He distracts her by pointing out damage on a painting, then steals a different one from the wall. The alarm blares and Luke runs as doors start locking. Charlotte follows and demands the painting, but Luke says she must get in his car first. He speeds off, making wild turns to shake the police on his tail. After cutting through narrow alleys, they hide in the back of a truck driven by teammates Murphy and Dave. Charlotte recognizes them as members of their father's old crew. As she argues with Luke about her chosen lifestyle, Murphy inspects the stolen art and confirms it's not what they need. Luca lets Charlotte take it back and puts her to sleep with knockout spray. She later wakes alone on a park bench and returns to the museum, where Inspector Jamal is now investigating. Jamal suspects Charlotte helped Luke. While they argue, they realize the painting was somehow returned. After work, Charlotte tries to retrieve Thomas, but Harold refuses, claiming she's now a suspect. Furious, she finds Luke and sees him with a wealthy man named Owen. Owen, who is terminally ill, has hired the team to search for the Fountain of Youth, which he believes could cure him. Charlotte calls the fountain a myth, but Luke argues myths hold truth. Cultures across the globe wrote about the fountain, which can't be a coincidence. It's believed God hid the fountain from men and entrusted protectors to guard its secrets. Luke suspects Esme as one of them. In the 1600s, six artists conspired to reveal the location by embedding clues in paintings. These are the stolen works. Hidden signatures read 6 and 1 in Latin, 6 canvases, 1 path. Each painting includes a letter, though their meaning remains unclear. Charlotte realizes the Rembrandt they have is wrong, and the team asks her for the real one's location. She refuses, focused on her son, so Owen offers legal help. Charlotte agrees and suggests researching the Vanderbilt family. Later, Luke reads up on them in a cafe and is warned by Esme to quit or she'll eliminate the team. The next day, Luke attends Thomas's piano recital and tells Charlotte he found the correct painting. After a heated talk, she agrees to help retrieve it. Soon, the team is aboard a ship off Ireland's coast, searching a sunken cruise liner last known to hold the artwork. Drones are deployed to cut the section with first-class cargo, and flotation tanks bring it up. Inside, the siblings explore with Charlotte using an old map. On board the main ship, the crew detects unknown activity, but radios fail. A helicopter drops Esme and her team onto the liner. Inside, Charlotte sips vintage alcohol while Luke uses a blowtorch to open a closet labeled Vanderbilt. He finds the painting, and they toast to their win. Luca eyes some jewelry, but Charlotte scolds him. The tanks begin to fail, limiting their time. They try to exit, but are surrounded by Esme's men. Despite being outgunned, they fight back. During the chaos, the painting bag is dropped. Gunfire trap Esme straight. Bullets ricochet, damage the tanks, and the liner starts to sink. Luke slips and is held at gunpoint until Charlotte knocks the man out. Luke grabs the painting, but Esme seizes Charlotte. The helicopter leaves, and the liner shakes violently. Charlotte uses the moment to knock Esme into the sea. A wave knocks the siblings back and traps Luke in a net underwater. Charlotte dives in and frees him. They swim up and are rescued. Back in London, Harold tells Charlotte he's moving to Japan and offers her custody. He reveals his new company's ties to Owen. Charlotte realizes Owen arranged this for her and rejoins the team. Using the latest painting, they rearrange the letters to spell wicked, referring to the Wicked Bible. This 1631 misprint of the King James Bible says thou shalt commit adultery. The team theorizes it was intentional, marking specific Bibles with clues. Most were destroyed, one remains. Suddenly, Jamal arrives to arrest them, but is interrupted by Kasim and his crew. Luke offers himself and the paintings if they let his team go. Kasim agrees, and Charlotte exits. As Luke pretends to retrieve the art, he plays music and dives under a table. The distraction sparks a brawl, with gunfire erupting. Amid the chaos, Luke escapes out back and is picked up by his team on a boat. The police win the fight. Jamal examines a quote. The Wicked Bible. Later, in a desert, Luke finds glowing water. As he sips, Charlotte and Thomas begin aging. A voice tells him to stop, and he drops the cup. It shatters, and he wakes on a plane. The team is en route to Austria to find the last Wicked Bible. Thomas is now part of the mission. At the Austrian National Library, Owen's donation gets Luke, Charlotte, and Deb inside. Thomas chats with a billionaire over lunch. In a hidden room, the trio examines the Bible while Murphy stands guard. Esme arrives and Murphy warns the others. Luke confronts her and a fight breaks out using furniture and shelves. One thug joins in but is swiftly defeated. Esme draws a gun but is disarmed. She uses a rope to choke Luke, but he flips her and leaves her dangling. Luke returns to the secret room. Murphy informs them the exits are blocked. Triggering Plan B, they sedate the librarian, steal the Bible, and Deb sets off a floor charge, opening a sewer exit. Outside, Esme foils a kidnapping attempt on Owen and protects Thomas. That night, Jamal arrives. He begins tracking Luke. At a hotel, the team studies the Bible and spots a recurring pattern with digits onus even but can't decode it. Charlotte says she's leaving after hearing Thomas was targeted. As they leave, Thomas says they've misinterpreted the code. He explains it's musical based on 7 notes. He plays the tune, and an online search reveals it's water in the desert, an ancient melody honoring the 7 wonders. Overlaying the map reveals all but one match, pointing to the pyramids of Giza. They prepare to travel to Egypt. Owen assures Charlotte of added security. That night, Luke dreams of the mask again. Only this time, a dark figure spreads corruption upon touching sand. He awakens and reassures Charlotte that Owen is trustworthy, though she suspects he has sinister plans for the fountain. Meanwhile, in the Vatican, the Protector leader gives Esme a key to prevent misuse of the fountain. In Egypt, Luke shows Thomas scans of the pyramids, revealing inaccessible chambers. At the site, Charlotte questions the excessive gear the security team carries. A renowned professor leads a tour but is denied access to restricted zones. Owen, growing restless, commands excavation. The professor objects and is escorted out. Charlotte also resists, exposing Owen's harsher nature. Outside, Jamal arrives but is blocked from entering. He returns with official vehicles, prompting the security team to respond. Remaining residents push back. Esme quietly watches from a distance. The team discovers a hidden tunnel and steps into a vast chamber containing a colossal structure. They try to move it, but it remains fixed. Owen suggests using force, which worries the siblings. Thomas uncovers an ancient device and plays it, causing the pipes to respond musically. Charlotte strikes a gong, shifting the sand. She adjusts the structure, revealing a concealed elevator. The group descends. Murphy and Deb surprise the guards, but Deb is hurt. Murphy aids her, and Esme join in, helping to overcome adversaries and uniting with Jamal. Deeper inside, they find a wall marked by mysterious carvings. They insert amber taken from a Nanit sculpture, unlocking a new space. Within, Luke touches a gemstone that activates stairs leading to a glowing pool believed to be the fountain. Charlotte warns of risks for the unworthy. Owen pressures Luke to interact with the water and harms him to compel action. As Luke touches it, the pool rises, heals him, and shows visions of his family aging. Luke chooses to refrain from drinking and is still restored. Furious, Owen drinks. Water saps his strength, aging him rapidly. Esme activates a mechanism to seal the chamber. As the group escapes, Allen is left behind. A guard perishes during the retreat. Luke nearly falls but is saved by Esme. They dodge dangers and emerge safely. Yamel vindicates the siblings, exposing Owen as the real antagonist. Esme praises Luke and gives a farewell kiss. The siblings contemplate a future journey. Thomas says he has a plan. Be sure to like and subscribe for more stories like this. Thanks for watching.